mood. What do you feel went wrong in that one?
I'm not sure, to be honest. I thought we battled for about 30 minutes or so. You look at the stats and, the drastic difference. Obviously, the free throws, they shot 20 more free throws than we did. We turned the ball over 5 more times than they did, but we won the rebounding battle. Field goal percentage, fairly similar. We took more shot attempts, but, we just didn't buckle down and get enough stops on them. So,
going into this game and then through this game, you've been on a course of losing a lot of games. Is there something that you're seeing? Are you noticing a trend out there that you think you're trying to fix but can't somehow get over the line?
No, you know how it goes. It's like we've given away a number of games where we're down or we're up double figures in the second half and can change the season. So, when you lose a couple of those games, it can kind of just roll down the hill in either direction. If you win those, it changes the entire game, and you can go back to the Melbourne game where we're up 15 at half. We're up 19, I think, with seven minutes left in the third. Perth, we're up 7 in the fourth quarter, if I'm not mistaken, with about 6 minutes left. Just down the line, a lot of those games that you lose, then guys are like wondering, questioning themselves, like maybe their teammates, what we're doing overall, but they put forth the effort. At the end, I mean, we've been down 20. We're down 20 in New Zealand. We come back, but it's just right there. Like we can get over the hump, and I tell you, like for me, I think we have the talent. We're one of the more talented teams in the league, and guys, when the guys play hard, we actually show. But at the end of the day, you know how it is, Olga. You've been watching basketball for a long time. I can sit here and talk about it at the end of the year. We can be in the play-in, we could be in the playoffs, we could be a 2, we could be out of it, saying the same thing over and over. But at the end of the day, it's got to change, and the guys in the locker room got to be willing to do it.
Who are you turning to in the locker room to help you lead the group?
Honestly, this guy right next to me, him, Brucey, vets, guys that have been around the Kings, but they're all pretty good just with their accountability level amongst themselves. But they just have to put forth the effort and just keep their focus. We had a couple bad fouls that sent them to the free throw line where we didn't keep our composure, and we were on a run. Those type things change the game for us, and we have to understand that those possessions change the entire season, not just the game, because it's happened before. So we just got to make sure that we're locked in, and like I said, we got to turn the page. But at the end of the day, we can't just turn the page without learning from the past.
Jaylen, what did you see out there? What do you feel like went wrong for you guys?
I think we got punched in the mouth at the beginning of the third, as well as it was like a run in the second. Gave up too many offensive rebounds. Led to a lot of just dumb fouls and second chance points. Turned the ball over myself. I think I had a big one in the fourth. 1, maybe 2 in the fourth. To just create easy baskets and just give them that momentum that you need to finish a game. So I think we just got to stay away from those things. And like Coach said, just make the plays that need to be made, the ones that change games, and we'll be all right.
Coach mentioned the focus at the end of games in some of the losses in this stretch, and we've mentioned effort a lot. That seems to be something that's been lacking in stretches too. What kind of responsibility do you put upon yourself to help rally this group that right now needs rallying?
I gotta bring more energy, even more late in games, and play both sides of the ball with the same energy. I don't think it could be a one-side thing where you're just making plays on the offensive end. I think I got to defend and be more vocal and carry that energy late into fourth quarters on the defensive end. I think it'll help us out.
Do you feel like the playing group is as connected as obviously what they were with you the first time around, but I mean this particular group, and has that been a bit of an issue, just the connectivity and the communication between you guys?
No, I don't think so. Everybody gets along, man. It's not like we're in the locker room beefing. even though I feel like sometimes we should be. Some of these losses we had. But yeah, I think the cohesion is there. Everybody respects one another. And I think we just gotta find a way, man. The moral of the story is, I don't think it's a problem like that though.
Does it change your mentality? Obviously, 10-10 now. You've lost 7 games, 10. But is it now? Forget about even thinking about the playoffs. It's just about the next game, and let's just try and fix what we can before you have to head over to Adelaide.
That's what it's supposed to be anyway. Can't be thinking too far ahead. Take one day at a time, one practice at a time, one play at a time. And I think if we go back to that, then we'll start moving in the right direction. I think we've shown a lot of flashes this year, but it's just the consistency of it for 40 minutes every day. And I think it's got to start this week, next practice that we have, and it's got to carry on for the rest of the season if we want to turn this thing around.
Do you feel as though this team understands and acknowledges the sense of urgency that should presumably be there now that you go 10-10 and almost it's a dogfight to make this top 6? Do you feel like the urgency's there?
For sure, 100%. 100%. Maybe my urgency is a little different than theirs, or how they attack it, for the lack of better words. But yeah, like I said, I told the guys, you got a great opportunity ahead. There's 8 games left in the season. We just got to focus on Adelaide, but it's just one game at a time. But it's saying the same things over and over. Some things just got to change. Urgency, no urgency, doesn't matter. You just have to put forth your best effort. And if you don't do that on a consistent basis, like you saw, anybody can beat anybody. Adelaide right now, they're at the bottom of the standings. It doesn't matter. They can beat anybody. We can beat anybody. Melbourne can beat anybody. Anybody can go on a win streak. So, but if you're not playing as hard as can be consistently, making the sacrifices on the floor, getting on the floor for 50-50 balls, understanding that it takes 40 minutes and you can't take possessions off, we won't be successful. And that's what I told the guys at the end of the day. We got 2 months. Whatever you guys want to do, you have to put whatever's behind. You have to sacrifice. Whether you're playing, you're not playing, you're getting shots, you're not getting shots. And because years from now, this will be talked about. Whatever we did will be talked about. And I believe in the guys. We are where we are. Everybody has the bumps in the road, but we'll see in a couple weeks.
Anyone on the Zoom?
Yeah, just quickly, Mahmoud, you touched on Adelaide. You go into that building now on Thursday, and they might be the bottom place team, but they're on a high after last night. They're getting sold out crowds after sold out crowds. I mean, this is another massive test for you. This is going to be as tough as any other game.
Yes, it is. At the end of the day, like I said, it doesn't matter who we're playing. They happen to be next on the schedule. It's about us. If we don't put forth the effort, whether it's them, Southeast, Melbourne, Brisbane, we're not going to be successful. And we may even, whether we win or lose then, move on to the next one. But you got to focus on Adelaide, and if the effort's not there, it's not going to be a great night for us. So we'll see how the guys turn up to practice on Tuesday, if they're ready to go, and then we'll get ready and go from there.
Jaylen, this will be the last thing on your mind right now, but when you look ahead to Thursday night, your first chance to play against DJ, obviously your championship teammates, what are your thoughts about taking him on for the first time?
It's my guy, man. Got a chance to play in a little earlier this week, and it's always just fun to compete against those guys. It's still love there, so it'll be good to see him, and even more fun to compete.
Just one on the preparations into this game. You guys had a 2-day break. The Bullets had a 7-day break. Did that have an effect, do you think?
No, not at all. There's 40 minutes in the game. They play the same 40 minutes. It's 5-on-5. We put the same number of guys on the floor. They just played harder than us for longer stretches, and they beat us. We didn't give away the game. They did a great job, and they beat us. So, congrats to Brisbane. They did a great job.
Thank you.
You boys are good.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Assalamu alaikum.